Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday evening to you, and welcome live to Talladega. Super Speedway racing tonight, Kevin. Xfinity racing at its finest. 80 laps here with the Heart to Heart Racing League. We are going to be bringing it to you all 80 laps right here, good or bad. And anything can and usually does happen at a place like this, right?
You know, they say it's built on an old Indian burial ground, and this place is known for weird things happening. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a show tonight, that's for sure. That is carried over. All the crazy Talladega stories carry over into the sim world.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is, man, I mean, you talk about the history of the sport and people saying, people like Dale Earnhardt could see the air and manipulate the air. This isn't an acquired taste to some people, but it is like an art form. Like to be able to utilize the draft is just such a unique style of racing compared to anything else that we do.
It's not about, we're going to be flat out pedal to the metal. And, it's all, like you said, it's just about manipulating that air and putting yourself in the best situation possible. Some guys are better at it than others. It's a high risk, high reward game. And it's going to be fun to watch. Hopefully there's a little bit of easiness to start this race, because you can have these turn into a caution fest. You can definitely have these go the wrong way. So
Yeah.
let's see what these guys have tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. A little patience early on in these things is usually the way it goes, but we'll have to see how it all plays out. But we got a pretty good turnout tonight here, folks. We got 16 entries right now in the Xfinity race, so pretty good numbers, and looking forward to some head-to-head action as we see the number 9 of Jason Haney taking the pole right now. And we talked a lot about this next guy, Scott Cazenave, that number 14 machine had a really, really good run last week, and putting it on the outside front row here at Talladega.
And none of it's going to matter in about probably the time they get to turn one on the opening lap. They'll be all jumbled up.
Yes, they will. And I think it's one of the very few places that we go. Obviously, Talladega, Daytona, we're qualifying. Hate to say it, guys. It really don't matter that much, because any person in this field can go up there and win this race tonight.
And it's kind of a strategy that some guys will use to not qualify just so they can be in the back. We talk about some of the craziness that can happen here. You got one fast repair. That doesn't mean you want to use one fast repair, especially early on.
Absolutely.
The longer you can keep that, I mean, who knows? Say we have a big wreck, lap 20, and everybody uses fast repair. If a couple guys don't, they now have a major advantage, because they can race with that much more aggression as we come down to the end of the race.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And as we're looking at the screen here, we can see some guys that did choose to qualify, but they're taking an EOL. They're going to the back right now, which tells me these guys are going to just try to get some laps under their belt and stay out of trouble for that exact reason that you're talking about right there. We got these guys going 2 by 2 here, getting ready to take the green flag live from Talladega, and we appreciate it. We didn't see you guys last week. They had a little all-star event for themselves here, and but we're happy to be back and ready to bring you all the action. Bon Butler, we see you out there. Thanks for tuning in each and every week here on the 213 Broadcast Network. Well, guys, we need Larry Mack to say to pull those belts tight, huh? Because this stuff can get wicked in a hurry here at the high banks of Talladega.
Yeah, you better pull those belts tight on that sim rig too, because just because we're in a virtual world, it's still going to be a tense race.
Yes, it is. Seat belts and an extra pair of underwear. All right, we see that racing pace car ducking down pit road. We are getting ready to let this thing rip live right here. We've only got a couple races to go this season. It's going by really fast, but right now we got to get through this monster. Talladega is here right now, and the green flag is out. Lap number 1. Let's go racing, boys.
Green flag.
All right, let's see these guys starting to come up through the gears. You see that third car on the inside line. Not a great start. You'd almost think some of these guys on the outside might try to get down here. If I'm on that outside line, I want to try to get to the bottom. Let's just get single file. Let's log some laps here.
Yeah, it didn't look like the 18 was quite ready to go either, but as we said, man, that anything can happen here. You just get a little bit of help, he'll be right back up at the contention. But man, you see those bottom two guys right there, Jason and Corey.
Yeah, Corey Crandall is not shying away from this. He's all over the bumper of that 9 of Jason Haney.
Real quick, isn't he?
I think he wants to get that lap left.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Jason's going to lead him this first lap. Get that point for leading the lap. The high lane is starting to come together a little bit. Good old Terry Labonte looking 5 machine right there, Rusty Robinson. Very cool throwback. Tony the Tiger.
2000 Texas Terry paint scheme.
See a lot more help coming up on that high side, though.
These guys kind of looked on the opening lap like they were going to single file out and just try to run some laps, and I guess Daniel Butler and Rusty Robinson didn't like that idea. They're back leading this charge on the outside.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Hey, I'm all for it. As long as we can keep it clean, and you can see all the room out here. You can easily run 2 wide around this place.
Oh, absolutely.
The problem gets to be when you have a checkup. You know, these guys are in a big pack, and it's almost like a restart at a normal traditional 1.5-mile track. Everybody's under that blanket, and so when something happens, it's big.
Usually real big.
And well, and you see the 35 here, perfect example right there. He gets a big run on the 9 of Jason Haney going into the corner, but he has to let off. You don't want to be pushing him through the corner, especially here, lap 3.
Yeah.
So when he does that, he checks up. Well, third car in line fortunately had a gap in front of him, but if he's right on his bumper like he is right now, and he checks up like that, now we got a big wreck.
Yep, absolutely. And we see that number 18, a power move right there. Daniel Butler taking the lead, jumping down to take that low line away from the number 9 of Jason Haney. That was a really smart move right there, ducking down. What do you think about that?
I like the way he did that. Just get down there. You can't really. There's some people that are really good at working with other people and just staying glued to the bumper of a teammate. We saw that in our home league in the RSR Cup Series, where one of my teammates pushed another teammate all the way through the pack, pushed him to the win at Daytona. I'm not one of those guys. I'm terrible with that. I end up hurting us both because I can't stay that dedicated and maintain the speed. We see a guy here. Who is that on the inside backing out of the pack? I think he must have got a little too hairy for him.
It's like the 07, I believe it is. Maybe 02.
Greg Langford.
Oh, that was Greg Langford. Okay. He hit the eject button. He said, "Not right now, boys."
He'd had enough fun there.
Yeah. Which is, as long as you don't lose that draft entirely, he's still in contention. So he's got to be real careful, though.
That's a good ways back right now. That's about as far as you're going to get and not lose it. See these guys up here. Now we're trying 3 wide.
Yes, we are 3 wide right here. Oh boy. Dakota Cleland in the middle.
That's an aggressive side draft there for lap 5.
Yeah.
I think we need to get lined up a little better here on the outside.
Yeah, I think so too. And the one thing that I can't even really, when I first got on this, whoa boy, big moment back there.
Moment.
The Wawa machine, I'm not sure who that was. The 54, 56 Kelly Akron. Big moment there. But that's kind of what I started to say is growing up, just a huge fan of the sport and getting on the sim, and I figured, Talladega, this track is super wide. You can just hammer down and just go with it. What part of that's true, but man, these cars move around a lot.
They move around a lot, and unlike in real life where you can kind of lean on people and you can feel the air as you're getting close. We see Haney trying to make a move here on our leader, Daniel Butler. But
sure thought about it.
We have to worry about, we call it net code, but, connection issues with cars, not quite jiving 100% of the time. And also just, you don't have that physical feeling of the air at a high speed where you can feel a car around you. We don't have that here. So you got to be a lot more aware. It helps to have, a lot of these guys now are going to bigger setups, having more screen, just bigger peripheral vision. That is where it comes in handy at a place like this.
Oh, yeah.
When I first started on iRacing, I was on a single screen like I was back in high school racing NASCAR 2003, and the world has evolved from that. I've now got a triple screen setup, and it just, looking back, I don't know how I did it at a place like this because you can't see alongside of you.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. Boy, these guys are racing real hard.
This is getting super aggressive. I don't know if they got the memo, but there's quite a bit more racing left to go here.
Oh, man. Hey, it's entertaining. It's good stuff. They're keeping it clean for now. Swapping back and forth right now.
This 35 car is looking nervous. I've seen him come through the tri-oval a couple laps ago. He was cocked sideways, coming down, flipping the apron. I mean, these cars are not at a point where I would say they look comfortable.
No. Nope, he's getting a big shove right there from Trevor Binns in that 33 car. He's keeping his rear end pretty well jacked up.
That ain't gonna make it any better. And these bumpers do line up quite a bit better than, you know, some of the old cars did, but it's still not like the current Cup car where it's a completely flat surface. These are not great to be pushing in.
No. No, especially in the corner. That's
no,
especially in the corner.
2x2 here, though. I mean, these front 4 or 5 have really got it figured out. They've got a good thing going here.
Yeah, they really do. And it looks like we've got a new name, Rock Stallone, in here in the number 34 machine. Running up right now in the P5.
Said, I'm here to party.
Yeah. Hanging in there real good. Real good. Good looking race car. It's a good way to make your debut. Run up there in the top 5.
He's trying to. Looks like Trevor Binns is trying to make a move there. I heard him come across the radio. He was telling Corey to stay in line a little stronger. And I see what Corey's doing. He's trying to go down there and grab a little side draft and drag that inside line back, but it's messing Trevor up. And it's, you know, it's one of those things that I was just talking about earlier. Sometimes you're trying to do what on paper should be the right thing, and it's just not because it messes up the other guy's ability to work with you. Right,
absolutely. And, you know, again, you were talking about, you know, our experiences on the racetrack in the other league, and, you know, not everybody is meant to run at these tracks together. I mean, you find a guy that may not even be on your team, different manufacturer, whatever the situation may be. I mean, look at Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart. It just worked. You find that guy that you can dance with at a place like this, and, man, you stick with him.
It's such a mental game. None of this at this track, even in the real world, none of this is physical. It's all mental. And so you got to find someone that thinks the same way that you do.
Well, that's a scary thought in its own right there.
That is very scary. But, you know, it's funny. You'll end up in these random lobbies with people you've never met before, and get a guy that pushes you all the way through the pack and pushes you all the way down to the white flag, and you're like, nobody else can even get a run on you because you two just work together that well. And it's like, I just stumbled across you. Like, I never even met you in my life, never said hello or anything.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I've had that happen. The guys that just, they end up working together. And when you find someone like that, you want to work with them. You want to continue to work with them. We saw it with Trevor Bayne in the 2011 Daytona 500. He shows up, they find out he's got a good car. And, you know, Jeff Gordon starts working with him. And next thing you know, hey, we got a friend here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm telling you what, man, this number 56 car right here really does not look comfortable.
No.
I don't know what's going on with it, but it just looks, whew, boy.
I don't know if Wawa is a sponsor or if that's what he's saying in real life.
Wow, that car is...
This outside line is staying grouped together a lot better than this inside line. We're seeing this 34 car keeps dropping back a little bit, and then he's got a big gap behind him as well.
Right.
It's really, you know, we're seeing Haney and Daniel Butler hooked up. We've got Trevor Binns and Corey Crandall hooked up on the outside. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be getting a big run on a car, especially if you're the third, fourth, fifth car back. The best thing you can do to help the line is just stay on their bumper, and that means maybe you're letting off just a hair. Maybe you're dragging a little brake while you're staying full throttle. But you have to stay on that bumper. You can't get a run at him and, you know, kind of push him. You just need to stay hooked up.
Right. Yeah, that gap back there between the 34 and the 80, I believe it is. It's
hard to do. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely, it is.
It is much easier said than done because, like we said, especially now, we're getting. I know tires don't really matter here, but the car does get a little more skatey as the tires wear.
100%. 100%. And I know we're not there yet. We're not there yet, folks. But I tell you what, man, coming down to pit road in a pack can be something. That could be a whole nother thing to worry about.
That could very well be the most eventful sequence of the whole night.
It is really, really something. Oh, boy, that 35 cutting down into that low line right there.
He is aggressive.
He threaded the needle right there.
And now you see him already. He's ducking back out, and he's trying to take that side draft. But I don't know if I'd have left Trevor Benz there. I think him and Benz had a really good thing going. I'm interested that he kind of ditched his partner there.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I think he kind of felt like he had to, though. That back line was starting to back up, or the top line starting to back up quite a bit there. As we see the 34 jumping out, but there they said nope.
Now,
not so fast, new
that's
guy.
That's what we call a sucker hole. Yeah. Looks real good for a second, and then you jump in there and find out you got sold a bag of goods.
Yep, he is going to drop back to the. Well, he's got a chance to get down here.
I'd probably take that. Jump back in here.
Get behind Wawa.
Well, do you want to be behind 56 as unstable as he's looked?
He don't know probably. He probably don't know yet.
Well, he's fixing to find out here. Man, this back, you can see they're 3 wide right there at the back of the screen. You saw it. Just look at how much that's just slowed. It's killed this outside line. Oh, the 56. I just saw him on the other screen. He's still fighting it through the trial.
Yeah, it reminds me of I can't remember what guy it was, but I think somebody at Watkins Glen, man. He was the show all by. He was a show all by himself. Literally drove the wheels off that thing.
I am thoroughly impressed here with what the 9 and the 18 are doing.
Yeah, they're staying committed and very disciplined right now on hanging on that bottom.
That's really hard to get around when you got 2 guys that are that committed to each other, and just a run comes on the top and they just know, hey, you might inch ahead of us for a little bit. You might lead a lap, okay, but this is going to win down here.
Yep. They're definitely feeling it right now. 16 laps down already.
We got that 33-34 combo out here on the outside. They're trying to make something happen. I think you're going to need to get some more gaps in this bottom pack or some help like that.
Right. And it looks like Trevor in that 33, like he just seems to be a really good pusher, And
it's going to help. Oh, man, Kelly Akron was all over the place. I thought that was going to be big. But you see the gap now behind the 56, in front of the 56. That's pulled the 35 off the 9's bumper, and look at what's happened to this outside line.
Absolutely.
That's all a result of one car having a big moment in a corner, has completely regathered this outside line and saved their run here.
Yes, it's crazy. Just something that minute, just changes the entire momentum of that line. And, I guess that, the one thing that they say all the time here is, you're literally playing chess at 200 miles an hour. You've got to make the right move at the right time. And then, again, easier said than done.
Oh, wow. We see that. Man, I think he might need to look at his settings in that 56 and see if, he can do something to make that easier on himself. You can't do it mid-race, obviously, but
yeah, I don't know if it's a wheel issue or
it's like when he turns in the corner, the car just gets upset and tries to, maybe it's got an ultra quick steering ratio in it. That's one of the few things you can adjust with an open setup, but it's like he turns in and you see the thing it pitches in the corner really hard, and,
right.
and he's fighting it all the way through from that.
Man.
It's you don't want to be behind that. That's gonna make people nervous. People are watching. When you see a car that doesn't look settled in, or you see a guy that doesn't push well, you notice these things throughout the race.
Oh,
All
yeah.
you're doing right now, even though, oh, wow, don't do that. That's about the first misstep those two have had all race. But you're noticing these cars and just looking at, when this comes down in the end, who's going to be my guy I'm going to work with? And you're starting to kind of take mental notes right here, the first 20 laps of the race, because when it gets into 5 to go, it's going to be a free-for-all, and you're not going to do it on your own. So you're going to have to find someone to work with, and you want to know who that guy is.
Absolutely. Well, I think the 9 and the 18 have found him. What do you think?
They have. That's about the only solid pair that I've seen out here they're committed to each other, and I'm telling you, that's going to be hard to beat, because I think that those two guys are smart enough. I heard someone scrape the wall there. I think these guys are smart enough, though. They're not going to get racy before. If they stay in this formation, it'll probably be off turn 4 on the last lap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be late before we see a move, because they know that one of them needs to win this race.
Right. Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see if, as this thing goes on. I mean, I don't know 100% how long these guys have left in their fuel window, but man, that 56 is not going to have any tires left by the time they come to pit road.
It should be about lap 40, I believe, will be our window. So that's nice, because it'll cut it right in halfway.
Yeah.
Doesn't leave you room for a green-white checker, but I think on a green-white checker, you come in anyway.
Right. Absolutely. See what we got going on back here a little bit.
A couple of these guys back here I've noticed they're right on the verge of losing the draft, and then there's this other pack back here that they've kind of lost the lead draft, it looks like, but I don't think that's a bad thing at this point.
Yeah, 14, the 02, William Martin in the 2, and Ben Summerford kind of in a pack of their own right now, but I don't know, they're kind of in a safe spot, I mean.
They're in a good spot where if something happens, they'll have enough time to get slowed up and not be in it. The big fear for them is once we hit this pit stop, presumably about lap 40, if we don't have a caution before then, that could separate the field, and we could end up going green to the end. I mean,
yeah,
you don't want to lose too much ground here.
Definitely not. And we've got Lewis in the chat says, "Let's go, Butler. I have 5K on this race." Got the big bettors going on right now.
Man, we're playing with real money here.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Looking good so far. Looking good so far.
Man, Benz is there on the outside. He's Dakota Cleveland and Trevor Benz. They're trying to do the same thing that these two guys are doing on the inside, and it's working pretty well so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's about the best that outside has looked. Those two really organized right now, working very well together.
Well, don't do that.
Oh.
So Benz feels like the bottom's going to be better, and so it's worth it to him to abandon his dancing partner to get down there. Now, what does the 18 do here? Does the 18 start working with the 33? Or what I'm thinking is, do you back up to the 9, back the whole pack up, let the 33 get out there, and then you guys blow back by him, and he's at the back of the pack again? How much do you want to lead the laps here?
Right. I don't know. We'll see.
He's got an opportunity here. There's enough space between him and the 9. They can lay back.
To back up.
And yeah. This is the only track in the world, well, and Daytona, the only style of racing in the world where you do not want the big lead, because you'll get out there and you feel great, and then the parachutes kick in.
Yeah.
Everyone else has to draft, and they go flying by you.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Not a single thing.
And we see Butler's, he's looking committed so far. He's wearing out that bumper.
Yeah, so far looking pretty good. That's the place to be. I mean, if you can get good at this style of racing and you can be a good pusher and a good leader, that's
That's
a
really
great,
hard to do both.
It really is, man. It really is.
I mean, there are two very different skill sets, and that's something that, I'm great at being the car in front. I am terrible at being the pusher.
It's tough. Very, very tough. I can definitely push you. I can't guarantee you're going to be going straight after I'm done.
Well, that's why I feel like my strength is when I'm the car being pushed. I'll take it all the way through, around the corner. I'll dirt track the thing through the corner.
Yeah.
Give me, keep it coming. And it's white knuckle. It's not comfortable, but I've gotten where I feel okay with that level of push, and that's why I think that can, that's my strength. But you try to put me behind a car and maintaining those proper gaps and when to push and when not to push, I'm terrible.
Yeah, it's tough. Oh my gosh, the 56 up the racetrack there, just about got to the side of the 09. Yeah, that was close. Look like the 89 wants to follow here. He's trying to.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's BJ Lane out there. I like that Christmas paint scheme he's got. Interesting that he keeps trying to duck out. I think that outside line is so small, he's got to just stay committed or try to get down. But part of it, too, he may see how unstable this 56 is and just think, I need to be in front of him.
Right, that very well could be.
I mean, that's not to sound as mean as it does, but when you're in the driver's seat, you're looking at these other cars and you're going, you're always kind of assessing the risk. We talk about checkers, or playing chess here, not checkers.
Mm-hmm.
This guy looks like he's making a bunch of risky moves, or he doesn't have great control of his car, or whatever the case might be. You're going, there's a high percentage of chance this is going to be the caution.
Right.
So I need to be in front of that, because if not, I'm going to be driving into the caution.
Exactly. 100%, man. 100%. And man, we are getting close to lap 30 already. This race is cranking right by. So we're talking, maybe another 10 to 12 laps here. Should be opening up that fuel window.
And that's going to mean these guys are going to have to start thinking about who's pitting with who. You cannot pit alone here. You've got to have a group, and I think you got to have a pretty good sized group. I would think, probably don't want all 16 in at one time, but you at least want a good 5, 6, 8 cars to come with you. And we'll see who's practiced getting on the pit road.
Yeah.
In practice, because.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm just sitting over here having all these mental images of.
Oh man, and there is a ton of time to be gained getting on a pit road.
Oh,
here.
absolutely.
A ton.
Yeah, it's tough. I came in with my crew, but they left without me. So.
I've been there before. I've done that.
Helpless feeling.
Well, and figure out if everybody else with you is taking. Whoa, don't do that.
Big moment there by the 35. What a save by Corey Crandall.
Four-wheel drift up there.
Woo.
I think he may have got a shove going into the corner.
Yes, sir. Well, everybody kept it clean so far. That was not good on them tires, and probably not too good on his feelings a little bit. A little bit ticked off driver, a little bit ticked off Goodyears. It makes for a bad combination. Oh, man, you see that?
Wawa out here on the outside.
Yeah, we do. And see a couple of those guys hitting right below that yellow line, and it's making them drift up a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to be down there. I do think these guys are, I like that they're already getting single file. I mean, make this pit stop easier on yourself.
Well, fingers crossed that's what. Still getting kind of dicey up there. That 89 just does not want to run
Man,
line.
yeah. He came here to have fun tonight, not ride around and log laps. And we got the 9 and the 18 separated. I never thought I'd see that.
Yeah, I know, right?
See if Haney jumps back down. I'd probably try to squeeze in this gap here behind the 09 before it closes up. Come on, get down, Haney. Oh, no.
Oh, no, no. Big crash, big crash.
Car? Anything to say about the car?
Oh, man. Let's see if we can take a look back at what happened here. Got a couple guys. Not sure what happened. Nice. It's interesting. Okay, let's see if we can't pinpoint that a little bit. That looks like the 80 of Mark Olette. Wind this just a little bit here.
There was some net code there. We were talking about that earlier.
You see Corey trying to go down underneath them here.
He's looking at, trying to duck outside. Corey's thinking he's going to team up with the 56 Kelly Akron and get around and let here. And he comes down to side draft him right here.
Oh, boy.
And looking at it from the rear angle in review, there was pretty good net code there. And this is what we were talking about earlier. They call it net code when you have this kind of effect where, the simulator thinks that you're moving in a direction and it just slightly offsets where the car is in reality. And BJ Lane, nowhere to go. Kelly Akron gets in the middle of that. There's fast repairs being used right here before halfway.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a good
34
call.
and the 07 down here on the bottom.
Good call on that. I mean, you saw the 35 come down, but he didn't really get into the side of them, so definitely a net code situation there, unfortunately, for those guys. Well,
that's why we got the fast repair.
Yep.
Now, we've seen Corey Crandall has been fairly aggressive at the start of this. Does he lay in the back and just try to log some laps here for a little bit? I mean, if he wrecks again, he's done.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
And we're going to be, I think, just outside our fuel window when we go back green. I wonder if anybody's going to come in here and top off with fuel.
Might not be a bad idea. Get under.
William Martin got caught up in that wreck, too. I just noticed him on pit road and I've had a brake failure.
Yeah, hasn't used his fast repair just yet. He's still a little bit beat up.
If you can stay in the draft, I mean, I think he would probably come back in here again and top off with fuel and get a little more damage fixed. I think he's still, they kind of do this in increments with the simulator to where, you come in and, in real life, obviously you're going to concentrate on certain things. And here you just come in and it's going to assess the damage and it's going to say, you got 5 minutes, say, of damage. And it's just going to fix as much as it can get fixed. And it's going to try to prioritize it the way it can. And if you only get 2.5 minutes of it fixed, then, you're still going to have some damage left on the car. And you can't fix it all 100% either. It's gotten a lot better with the damage model. So I think if he can stay in the draft, he'll probably be all right here if he gets it all fixed. Probably not going to be able to lead, but I don't think you need to worry about leading right now.
Nope. I concur with that. Yeah, you can stay sucked up on somebody's rear end there and still maintain some pretty good speed, but
problem's going to be if you start to drop back. I mean, if you got a car that's damaged like his, I'm looking at it up close on another screen, and you've got to stay glued to the bumper of the car in front of you. And if you start to lose that, then it's just game over.
Right. Well, caution number one. had a pretty good run there, about halfway through this thing. So, going to be interesting to see, though. Just like you said, I mean, this might be just shy of that fuel window for these guys. So,
and this is not an easy place to save. You can save fuel, but it's I don't think you're saving. I think 41 laps is what I saw in practice on a fuel window. So we're going to be way short of that. I don't think you're making up, 6-7 laps.
right? No, I don't think so.
BJ Lane must have had his fast repair off when he came in. I see him. He's still sitting there in pit road. Crew has not been able to get a hood added back on that car, and he's a lap down.
Yeah, sure. Looked like he. Oh, man, that stinks. No fun. All right, well, we're gonna rack them up and try one more time, huh? Try again.
Be 46 to go here at the line, so about 5 laps short of the fuel. I don't think anyone's going to try to make that, but it could be interesting. You start getting people trying to save fuel, you can have some huge checkups and create a big wreck.
Gonna be interesting to see if this thing goes green. That could really, that could change the outcome of this race if somebody figure out how to make it. I don't know. It's a lot of fuel to be saving.
This may be one of those, we saw that in RSR in our home league a couple years ago. We'd go down to Daytona for the duel and set it up to where, basically you could just barely make it on fuel if you didn't lead. And so we go out there and nobody wants to lead the race.
Yeah.
It's just, one of my teammates won the pole and he goes, I don't think this is a good thing. We go out there, it's a qualifying race, so
right.
you're trying to set the field for the big race at Daytona. And everybody's going around there 3 seconds off the pace trying to save fuel. It was the funniest thing ever.
Right. It ain't very often somebody says I don't want the pole.
Nope. I think I've heard it once in my life.
Yep. All right, guys, we're getting ready to go back racing here. Trevor Bin's going to be leading the way as the green flag is coming back out.
Ready, green flag.
34 laps down, coming to 35. Good launch down on that low line there.
Man, that 18 and 33 are hooked up. Butler and Benz.
See ya.
They might be too far gone here. I think I'd be dragging the brake. That's a huge lead.
Yeah, it is. The other guys were caught napping.
I say that, though. I mean, it is a huge lead, but look at back here behind the 09. I can't see who that is on the inside. I think it might be the 34. There's a big gap behind them as well. Watch this 07 here. What does he do? Is he going to he's going to run outside. Now, what does Haney do? Is Haney going to go with him, or is Haney going to
he's going to stay on the bottom.
Haney says, I know what I got here with Daniel Butler. I'm going this route.
Yep.
And Greg Langford all alone.
Man, he ain't got no friends right now.
And there's nobody even looking like they want to think about going up there right now either.
Yeah. Well, Jason might.
Okay, I did not see that one coming.
Didn't either.
That almost looked like he wasn't trying to go out there, and they kind of just, their bumpers got offset, and he kind of had to go out there just to not wreck. But let's see if the 5 lets him back in. And okay, now 5's going to go with him.
He is going to go with him.
Now we got Robinson out here on the outside with Haney. There's the 07, Greg Langford saying, where were you guys a minute ago?
Oh, you want to be friends now, huh? Well, hey, if you guys remember the beginning of this thing, that 07 said, I had enough. He went all the way to the back. Now he's up here fighting for the lead.
Well, it wasn't time to race earlier. Now we got it going. And there's Corey Crandall. I was wondering if he was going to be aggressive or not. Yes, is the answer. Back up here, he's going to, and I don't think he's going to just duck into 4th here on the outside line. I think he wants to be leading this outside line.
Thing that we don't see. 56. Oh, there's the 56. Okay. Still out there.
He's out there, and he's, I think, lost the draft here. That's pretty far way back. You see William Martin behind him. That's That's a long way back behind that 56
That
car. I don't even know
is.
if he's getting help from that.
That is a long way back. BJ Lane.
Now, if
It's
you're
like
in the
the 89
2-car,
having connection issues.
oh,
Like,
yeah, I noticed he had left. I'm thinking if you're William Martin, I'd almost think about as soon as you hit this fuel window here in about a lap, I'd probably come in short pit and just, if you're going to ride around, at least know that you can make it to the end on fuel.
right, yeah.
I mean,
Because if it goes green, you know.
If he's lost the draft, now it looks like he may be coming back, but that's a long way back there. And
It sure is.
Kelly Akron's not doing him any favors by running up there in that highline. That was about big. That's gonna do him some favors if we just have a wreck.
Woo. We almost had one. That was close.
Man.
Holy crap. Man, oh man. Yeah, that was close. I just saw it out of the backside of the camera view there. But man, this race for the lead is real good.
Scrap everything I said about Martin. He is back up in it. That checkup must have helped him out.
Oh yeah.
Man, these guys, I don't know if they got the memo, but are we racing a halfway here? Is there rain in the area?
I think the rain and iRacing starts today. You didn't see that?
This is like last lap racing right here.
It is. Oh boy. Tell you what, we got a lot of 18 fans in the chat today, and he is definitely putting on a show, proven to be one heck of a restrictor plate racer here in that number 18. Daniel Butler doing a great job out there tonight.
We're talking about, some people have a knack for this and others don't. He is one that definitely does. He has proven that tonight and leading and following.
Yep. All right, folks, 40 laps down. We are halfway through this race already. 40 down, 40 to go. Only one caution, and what can we say about all the action we've had? I mean, every single lap, action-packed racing here tonight.
I'm liking this, that they're out here running side by side up at the front. We see this in real life where a lot of times they'll go out here and just run single file and log laps, and I was hoping that we didn't see too much of that tonight. I know we don't need to be out here tearing up cars every lap and have a caution fest, but it's kind of fun to watch.
It is absolutely fun to watch. They came to race, man. They came to race. Good stuff. Oh, we see somebody down low there. The 10 car.
Oh, wow. Good job on him to keep it down there.
Whoa, what a save. What a save.
Browns must have just made a big play and he had to go look at the replay or something and lost track.
Wow.
That was a good job on him. That your natural instinct is to yank the wheel back the other way, and he'd have gone back across the track, taking out a couple cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good on him just to keep it down there.
Jeez, man. Yeah, that was close. Great job. Great job. 35 ducking down to that low side. Corey Crandall trying to get back up front here. 35 Xbox machine. I think the cool part about what we're looking at right now is you've got, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 guys right now that could easily still win this race.
I think any of these guys can win it.
Yeah, I guess.
think the only one that's out of it is BJ Lane back there 9 laps down. But, this is going to get crazy at the end, especially I'm interested to see if we get another yellow now. I think it's going to be helpful to the finish. Because if we have to make that green flag stop, that's going to, man, it's hard to do here, and it's really going to separate the pack, and I kind of hope we don't see it. I'd like to see this in about 37 laps.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. You and me both. Well, so far so good. We're getting exactly what we and the fans want. We got to step aside. Oh, we're not going to step aside and pay bills. Caution is out. A big wreck up front.
That was a lot of good cars.
Oh, man. Huge wreck up front.
The 9. Another big hit late. Oh.
Oh, we're going to...
That 47 just stopped just in time. You can find reverse here.
Oh.
Summerford might be the luckiest guy on the track right there.
See if we can see what happens here. The 18 coming up just a little bit. Up into the side of the 9.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. See if we can get a little bit better look at it here. Just washed up the racetrack just a little bit.
I think he was, I think he thought he was farther up ahead of the 9 and was trying to make a move here on the 33.
I mean, just right there, man. Just kind of sucked him up into the 9. What can you do?
May have been a little bit of netco there too, but I think he was trying to make a move there. It's obviously you can't get into these guys' mind, but the 34 back here, 34, the 5, the 09 get collected.
Man.
34, Rock may not have too much damage here.
Really look terrible.
09 looks pretty torn up. Have to get a better look at the 5, see if Rusty Robinson's looking all right. This 34, that car looks pretty good though. And then
5 got hit pretty hard by the 9 there. Man.
I forgot about that late hit he took there off Haney's car. We got the 18 sliding down the track at the bottom of the screen. He's torn up, and then, oh, man.
That was what a heck of a job by the 47, man. That was awesome. Well.
And you're hoping, you know, I noticed a couple guys towed back to the pits, and you're kind of hoping in a situation like that you can at least drive it back and not lose a lap. That's something else to keep in mind.
Definitely got some.
If you have to tow it back, they simulate your towing time. It's not a free ride.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. That just sucks. It's going to hurt a lot of cars. See what's going on with the 18 there. He's just sitting on pit road. I don't think he was able to utilize that fast repair. Maybe had to tow back, huh?
Yeah, that's going to be tough. There's multiple people. Butler's already a lap down here. If he's the only one that's going to lose a lap here, he might survive because we'll probably get another yellow at some point and he'll get a wave around. But the trouble with that too is you got to manage to get the wave around. You can't be collected in the wreck because you can't have any incident points,
right?
Which obviously can't tear your car up either. But the other thing, you can't stop either. So if there's a big wreck in front of you, you've got to get through it without stopping on the track because that'll cost you the lucky dog too.
Right. No, absolutely it will. Oh, man, I hate that for the 18 so much. Daniel was having such a great race there. Just kind of came up into the 9 just a little bit, man. It's unfortunate. All right, guys. Well, we're under caution here. We're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back with you here. Get this thing racked back up. Get to the finish.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
For adventure, for climbing, for splashing, for premium, for capable. The GMC AT4 lineup, premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
All right. And as always, thank you to Alan Tillery Chevrolet Buick GMC for supporting the Heart to Heart Xfinity series. A great league with a great cause. And man, we've seen some great action here tonight at Talladega. Appreciate everybody in the chat, all the viewers. Like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you support those sponsors. We're getting ready to rack them back up. We're going to go racing one more time here at Talladega. Unfortunately, the viewer favorite right there, Daniel Butler. Had some pretty significant damage, but looks like he used his fast repair. I don't know, man. He's going to need a little bit of luck because I think he's going to be sitting a lap down right now.
Just need that caution. He's the only car that's not on the lead lap that's still in the race, so at least he's got that going for him.
And a clean-looking race car, so, hey, man. Anything can happen here at Talladega. He's not out of this thing just yet by any means, so keep after it. Greg Langford in that 07 up front, man. Look at that. The C&L Carpets Pink Floyd Mobile. Pretty cool to see him.
Good looking car.
Yeah,
looks
man.
even better out front.
I agree with that. Getting ready to do it one more time. A packed house too. Look at them grandstands, man. There's a lot of virtual fans out there tonight. Pretty cool to see that.
Everyone's here to watch this.
That's right, man. I bet Dale Jr.'s hanging out somewhere, huh? All right.
One of my favorite Easter eggs.
I know. It's pretty cool that they did that. The green flag is back out. Greg Langford up front right here at Talladega for the time being. But his partner down there, Corey Crandall, didn't get a very good launch on that low side. See how this all plays out.
The 09 better jump down here.
Yeah. I think Corey was snoozing.
Trevor Benz, he's wanting to this lead back. We saw him with this kind of aggression early on. You know, he wants to be up front.
Oh.
He immediately jumps down, leaves Dakota Cleland out there hanging.
Yeah, that 09 had no chance of following him down there.
So Trevor Benz he just wants to be up front. He doesn't care who's getting in there. Now the 07 and the 09 are hooking up.
Right? Oh, boy.
And look who's right back up here on the inside line. Number 35, Corey Crandall.
And look, they
Craig
made that
Langford
out.
came across. He said, all right, I needed to lead a lap. There it is.
And they made that outside work, man. Him and that 09. They made it work. Oh, boy. All right, now he said, all right, I had enough.
Ooh, you better get back up here. You can't lose the draft.
Yikes, that was sketchy.
Well, he's wanting to go all the way to the back here.
He's
Look at that two-car
satisfied.
back up here.
He's
Yeah,
satisfied.
yeah.
He got the lead a lap. That's all he cares about, huh? And yeah, I mean, William Martin in that 2-car made his way all the way back up to P4. And he definitely had a lot of damage. And hey, don't look now, man. The excitement right there, 56. Kelly Akram back up there, letting it all hang out tonight, folks.
Said Jimmy Spencer was Mr. Excitement. I don't think I ever saw Kelly Akron.
Oh, man. Coming to lap 50 this next time by. Man, that 09 likes that outside. Dakota likes that outside.
He's committed to the outside line, and he needs someone out there with him.
Yep. Does not have enough help just yet.
And this outside, they're trying to get formulated back there in the pack. It's kind of weird. This inside line is all at the front, and then they're kind of offset, and there's a bunch of cars at the back that are all running the high side.
Number 9, Jason Haney, last week's winner, running right now in the 10th position. Looks like he's kind of favoring that high line you're talking about, but man, it almost feels like it'd be a benefit for those guys to trail break a little bit and bunch up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And I also think if I'm the 9 car, he's proven he's got the speed here. He's proven he can get to the front. You can't do it if you got a wrecked car though, and he doesn't have a fast repair anymore. So, 30 laps to go still. This is early to be trying to get back up there.
Yeah, 30 laps is a lot of laps at a place like this, isn't it?
Especially when at the bottom of the screen, as the camera pans away, I'm seeing 2 cars up here not really hooked up.
Oh,
there they go.
There it goes.
Roger, man. I didn't hear nothing.
There it goes.
Oh, there's the 35. Big hit on the inside wall. It's going to put Corey Crandall out.
That was a hard hit. Dang. Looked like the 09. Let's back this thing up here a little bit. Looked like the 09 maybe got into the 34. Trying to help him,
like
it looked
Houdini
like.
there, predicting the future.
You can just see maybe just
not quite lined up.
Now.
I think that he kind of hit him, and then they got offset, and then he hit him again just the wrong spot.
Just lost it. Oh, man. Huge impact right here for the 35. And how lucky is
There's
Trevor.
William Martin gets into another one. It looked like he just used his fast repair. I think the 56 may have got a little damage on the nose. Look at this hit down here. This is a big hit on the inside wall.
Oh, yeah, that's going to
knock the car up into the air. That's a big hit.
Yeah. He might not be recovering from that one. Well, very unfortunate for those guys, who may not be so unfortunate as the 18. Going to have to see how this all plays out, folks, but this could put Daniel Butler back on the lead lap if he wasn't involved in any of that.
Got to have no incident points, not even a 0X, and you got to not stop.
I didn't see him get into anything.
I didn't see him either. I'm waiting to see this become official, but it looked like he was clean through it.
It does, because you can see all the smoke, and I don't think he was anywhere near there. Take a look at it here.
That's why you have a big gap in front of you if you're in that position.
Yep.
That's smart on his part.
Just checks way up, check up, check up. You can see the 18 way up top there. Appears to be clean.
That is well done. Well done, Butler. Who's that white car down there? I didn't see him get involved in that earlier. Who
was that?
There's the 2 of Martin, and then there's someone down here in the grass. Is that Langford?
I don't know who that is. Huh. That's a good question. William Martin. Who is the white car? No, Langford looks clean. Huh. I don't know. It's not letting me pick that camera.
I wonder if that was Scott Kaz.
There it is. Yes, it was. I don't know why it wouldn't let me select that camera view. Okay, but yeah, like the 14 out
Car
through the
doesn't
grass
look
there.
bad, though. I don't think he's used a fast repair yet either.
Well.
Well, that takes the fuel question out of the window. So now everybody can make it.
True. Very true.
It's going to be, with the field as small as it is, I think that I still don't think it's go time yet. I think you can make it from last to first in pretty quick work. So I think my strategy would still be to lay back a little bit here. And now we got a lot of cars that have used fast repairs. So, let the damaged ones get past them and then just ride around at the back of the pack and then wait. I don't think we're done wrecking either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The aggression is only going to ramp up from here, I would have to imagine. Oh, boy. So I guess we're going to keep an eye on it there.
It's not like, we could have the majority of the field could be saying, I'm gonna race it smart. I'm not going to do anything aggressive. All it takes is one guy that, just has that one little checkup that one time. And, it could even just be a case like we just saw that he wasn't trying to be ultra aggressive. He was just trying to push the guy around the track like you do any other lap. And they just got off sync.
Yep. Little bit off center from that rear end, man. It can, man, it's tough. Definitely tough. All right, well, I guess we're going to see how this all cycles out here. It doesn't show. Let's see something on here if it'll show. But it's not showing Butler as a lap down anymore, is it?
I am showing him on the lead lap, but I am showing William Martin now a lap down.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure because it looked like the 18 came down pit road, and that kind of threw me for a loop there. I don't know. He must have got the wave around while we were looking at other instances then. All right. Well, looks like the 18 is back on the lead lap with all those fans out there cheering for you.
Now, do you think he's going to lay back again and let this next wreck happen, or do you think he tries to get up to the front like we saw Benz do there?
I think he's got a clean race car. I think he's going to go for it. I think we're kind of winding down here. What are we going to be? 20-something to go?
About 25 to go.
Yeah. That's still a lot of laps, but
look at this second car on the inside line, too.
Yeah.
One car that has not looked comfortable all race long, and he's up here at the front. That could be something to keep an eye on.
It absolutely could be. Oh, man. All right. Well,
Green flag.
green flag is back out. Coming to lap 55 of 80 already. See what happens here. That 9 going to duck down. And again, such a huge gap. Almost too big of a gap. They'll get it sorted out.
These two better stay hooked up. You can't, if you're going to be out front like that, you can't be not working together. You got to be working together just to try to halfway maintain.
Yep. Somebody we haven't talked a whole lot about so far has been the O2 of Bobby Lane Jr., the Omelo Yellow scheme. But he's hooked up right now with last week's winner, and we know there's a lot of speed right there. If he can stay in line, maybe work with the 9, see if those guys can't make it up to the front of this thing.
Ooh, we're looking at 3 wide back here.
Thought about it.
There's Wawa back to the outside. I don't think he's led yet. He might be trying to get that 56 out front.
That 09 and 33 are really, really organized right now. Dakota is just doing a great job pushing that 33 at Trevor Benz out front here. Super organized.
Yeah, Ben's really, he's one of those guys that looks like just likes being a leader. He's super good at being out front and maintaining that lead.
I agree with that.
P3 back here. The Joe Flacco number 10 car.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he had a heck of a save earlier, that number 10 car of Ryan Perrone. Holy cow. Excellent save. Saved a lot of people's day by keeping that thing from coming back up into traffic.
Did. Yes, he did.
Oh, boy. A little bit of wobbling going on back there.
Brown's game just ended, so he's up here. He's ready to go get this win now that we're at 24 to go.
There you go.
There's Scott Kaz back up here. We just saw him in the grass last time we were looking at his car.
I know. I was just thinking that. Where the heck did he come from?
You said a lot of that at Talladega. We were just talking about him being wrecked. And
Yeah.
Here he is.
Where the hell did that guy come from? Yes, sir. The big old yo-yo effect. Looks like we got a lap car gonna come into play here. Way up ahead.
Yeah. If you're one of these leaders, you better be on the radio right now telling that guy where you want him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that can get uncomfortable real quick without communication.
No, communication is 100% key, and it goes back to, frequent discussion on the message boards. Legally, he's the lap car. He can be wherever he wants to be, but the right thing to do is for him to kind of get up and get out of the way and not cause chaos here with the leaders.
Yeah.
I've been in some lobbies where lap cars, they kind of figure it's not my day, and they're upset and angry and figure if it's not going to be my day, it's not going to be your day either, and they're going to get in the middle just to cause chaos. And hopefully in a league where all these guys know each other fairly well, you don't see that. I'd like to think he's going to get up here.
Yeah, we can see just how fast that pack is catching him too. Looks like the 2-car William Martin, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it is. Yeah, he's 3 laps down now. He got quite a bit of damage in that last wreck, and he'd already used his fast repair.
You see him starting to work his way up to that third lane.
And it didn't wait till the last minute to do it.
Right.
He got up there early and just made it. That's a big thing when you're catching a lap car. I don't need you to move over. I don't need you to necessarily do anything, above and beyond. I just need you to be predictable. I need you to not make any last-minute moves, and that's a smart move on his part. Unfortunate, he's now 4 laps down. It's not going to be his night, but he's trying not to ruin anybody else's race. That's a good thing to do.
100%, man. Absolutely.
And hey, who knows? We have some other wrecks out here. There's Corey Crandall's another guy. He's already used his fast repair, gets into a big wreck. He's still in the lead lap, but he's way behind the pack. I mean, who's to say when the pack catches him, they don't have a big wreck, and then he's, he's out of it. You have to be thinking about that. And so, season-long points. Let's get back out there. Let's log some laps. Let's not wreck for the lead.
Wow, that 56 car.
That was big.
Holy crap. Whew. Okay.
You see, we talked about that earlier, about these guys just looking and kind of observing as you're going through the race. Nobody's wanting to work that 56. They've seen that he doesn't look comfortable, he doesn't look stable.
Right.
And, it's kind of, you got to do what's best for you. And the only reason you're going to help another car is because it's also helping you.
Oh, absolutely,
and no one has the trust that they can help themselves with him. So it's going to be bad for him, because now we're going to start seeing, here in a couple laps, it's going to start getting real, and he's going to have a tough time.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I remember very specifically when I first started really focusing on getting better at this, and one of my really good friends and one of my ex-bandmates was in here, and it just got to the point when I just straight up said, look, I love you, brother, but I can't draft with you. We just don't, we just ain't working together, and I'm trying to go win this race. So it's certainly not a personal thing, but yeah, I can definitely see the 56 not getting a whole lot of help right now just by the way that his race car looks.
Ooh, he looked like he was going to drive in on the apron there. Saw that 10 car too going through the tri-oval. Kind of dipped a couple tires down there below the apron. He's flirting with that yellow line.
Yeah, I saw a couple guys.
I like that he's not leaving room down there, but I think he's cutting it a little too close at times.
Yeah.
You don't need to be right on it, because I mean, you don't want to leave room for a car to get down there, but you don't need to. You don't need to be right. the car width is a lot of space.
Right, and you see what it did there is he got on that yellow line, and then it kind of made him wash up the racetrack a little bit. It's a different banking down there than what the racetrack is, and it can upset your car pretty good if you're not careful. But I tell you what, Kevin, that high line right now is pretty darn organized.
There's a lot of good guys up there in that high line, and they're working well together.
They are trying to make it work, and that low line is kind of breaking up a little bit. Just
Ooh,
cars.
there's a big gap there in front of that 10 now.
Yeah.
That 10 got a little swirly there, clipped the apron, and now we see the consequence of that. Scott Cass is going to be pushed to the lead, I think.
Oh my gosh, he's down below the yellow line now.
It's really impressive that the 09 and the 33 are able to maintain up here.
Yeah, with nobody else really helping behind him. That's
Yeah, and I mean, you can see the 5 and the 14 working really well together.
Yeah, very
And
impressive.
I mean, and then you got the 9 and the 02. The 02, I think, is a little off the bumper of the 9, but there's 3 cars on the outside that are working very well together, and that inside line's maintaining the lead. That's impressive. We don't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Man, that
Yeah, he's making me nervous.
yeah, that's going to be big when it happens. Ooh, a little separation there in the 09. Here's another lap car coming up. I don't hear anybody on the radio yet. They need to be a little more proactive here, I think.
Holy cow, these guys going below that yellow line are really...
We're coming to 15 to go. I mean, that's still a lot of laps, a lot of racing left
Absolutely.
here.
That's a whole lot of laps around this place. Man. They're just... And you know what the thing is, too, is these tires aren't getting any better. They're just going to continue to wear out and get hotter. And one of these times...
That lap car goes down the apron.
Gosh.
It's Corey Crandall getting completely out of the way.
Yeah, but that,
that 10, he got
that's what I'm
sideways
saying.
there.
All the way up into the 9 almost.
Like I said, I like that he's keeping that bottom well protected. That's too much.
Yes, it is. It is going to cause something crazy here.
And then you see Langford, I think that jumped out. Yeah, he's out on that program. We talked about, finding a car you can work with. He's seen enough out of the 10. He says, I can't trust you. It's not going to work for us.
Right.
I'd rather lose ground and be on the outside just to get around you.
Yeah.
And that's it's just a case of every time he goes down there, it's causing him to have to check up, and he's not able to stay to the bumper of the 09.
No.
It's causing the 07 to have to lift behind him. It's just it's a slowdown. It's like you're throwing a parachute out every time you clip the apron.
Oh, it really is. And I mean, again, as impressive as that 33 and 09 are, the organization of that top lane is going to eventually.
Top lane is top notch right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're really organized, and I would have to assume maybe prevail in the long run, but we'll see. I don't know. And they are making it work down there somehow.
Well, you see that 10 gets a big run, and now we got the 56 and the 10. I thought maybe he was pitting in there. That's something in your settings. We talk about the steering ratio. Fixed setup still lets you change the steering ratio, and kind of one of the tricks that you can do at a place like this. Pull that steering box open it all the way to like a 16-to-1 steering ratio. Smaller track, you may want like a 10 or 12 to 1, but open that thing up to a 16 to 1, and basically all that does is just every time you move the wheel, you have to move it that much more. It helps you to not make the car so darty.
Yeah.
It's like an 8 to 1 box.
Right. Whew. Man, that top lane lost some ground, though. As out of control as they look at times, man, they're making it work.
I think it's just a case of the 09 and the 33 are that good and that committed to each other right now.
It's really
But
something.
then you see every time this 10 car clips the apron, you see that outside it's like they hit the turbos. Hitting the nitrous button from Fast and the Furious out there. And it's kind of a matter of when, not if. So I think if you're the 14, if you're the 5, if you're the 9, you just have to look at what's going on down there on the bottom and just say, you know, we're in the right spot here.
Yep. I'm going to try my luck up top, boys. Man.
You saw Langford do it, and look where he's at now. I mean, I don't dislike the choice of getting away because I think you got to race this to win, not to not lose. But man, he's at the back now.
And you got to give it up to that 09. Dakota Cleland has just been an awesome pusher to Trevor Binns here on that bottom line. Considering the
but I think this outside may finally. Oh, that's not where you want to be. 56 down there in the apron.
Whew.
Good on him to keep it down there, though. He's going to lose the draft, so he's hoping for a yellow. I'm going to try 3 wide back here.
Oh man, they're just
keep it together.
It's starting to get dicey. It is starting to get dicey.
It's funny. Now you see Langford back down here on the bottom. I think if you're Langford, you got to try to shuffle this 10 car out. I don't think the 10's going to be able to get the winning run here. So I think, man, they're flirting hard with that apron.
Yes, they are. I'm probably just about as nervous as those guys are right now watching this, man. Oh, gosh. It's fun. I mean, it's exciting, but, oh, boy, they are flirting with disaster. 10 laps to go already, folks. Live right here on the 213 Broadcast Network. Thanks, each and every one of you guys. We see you out there in the chat. Appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe. Tell your friends. This is some awesome racing these guys bring here at the H2H Xfinity Series. Man, oh man, what a finish we are about to have.
Oh, we don't wreck first.
Yeah. Whew.
9 to go. And the other thing to keep in mind, too, is, you know, on iRacing, obviously in real life, when the caution comes out, it's over. We don't have to worry about injuries on iRacing, so we don't have to worry about rolling the safety vehicles. So once we get the white flag, they race back no matter what.
There you go.
We got to get to the white flag, though, first.
Right. We got to get there.
What that could set up, though, I mean, if we have a wreck on the last lap, it's always, more times than not, it ends up being a case of who can get rolling. And, I mean, you might pick up 5-6 spots just because you can get rolling quicker after the wreck and make it back around to the start-finish line.
Right. Man, those two up front have just been incredible together. That top
How
lane
long are they going
is
to work together? Oh, there's
disorganized.
He shuffles the 5 car out.
There we go.
Then Cass is going to stay with him. Now we got the 02 and the 9 together. Now we got 3 wide.
3 wide. Oh.
Here we go. See, like we talked about earlier, there's plenty of room for 3 wide, but
that 02, whew, boy, that was a Code Brown moment. See the 18 of Daniel Butler going up that middle lane. What a rebound he has had so far. Getting the lucky dog. He's back up there fighting for it.
man, that did not work out for Haney.
No.
All the way to the back of that outside line.
And that 0-2, man, I don't know if you saw it, but he went up to that third lane and he just about spun out. That was a huge moment.
Well, and it's, you know, like we talked about, it's just a case of making that sudden move. And the car, you know, tires don't matter a lot here, but the car is still on the edge. When you yank the wheel, you can still spin it out.
That is for sure. And if you look up there ahead in the camera view, we do have another lap down car that's going to eventually come into play here before this thing is over. Either needs to go high or get down on the apron.
Okay, he's going high. I like that, but I'd like it more. Don't come back down. Ooh, wow.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what you don't want.
A little risky.
Yeah. And he's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to get out of the way, but you don't need a car moving across the track because you don't know what the heck he's going to do.
Right. That kind of disrupts. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that.
Something that's helped me a lot with just kind of how to act as the slower car. You know, getting into some of these prototype races, and you got prototype cars and GT cars, and it's multi-class racing, and so there's a big speed variance. And you really learn those kind of situations, you know, how to approach them. And it's nice to run both the slower car and the faster car at different times, because you see, okay, you know, I'm in the slower car, I'm trying to get out of the way, and you realize when you're in the faster car, that's why that's problematic.
Right.
We see the 34 kind of clipped the wall there, it looked like.
Oh, man. Oh, the 09 gets pushed up a little bit. Oh, the 33 just lost his dancing partner. 5 laps to go, folks. 5 to go, and this changes everything. Oh, the 9 comes down.
Change it.
Oh,
33's
no.
spun around. It looks like it's just going to be those two, but that's some pretty big damage on those two cars. That might not even bring out a yellow.
Oh, we see somebody flipping.
It's the 09 up on his lid.
Oh. Landed back on his wheels.
That is Talladega for you. We talked about the Indian Burial Ground, the curse. Those guys were just leading the race and looked unstoppable 2 laps ago.
Man, let's take a look at what happened, and we saw
just a bad push off the 14, a little too hard.
And the 2 guys dominating this race.
I don't know if this was just a blowover, or I don't know how he got on. Oh, I see. It's the wall.
Ooh. Oh, what
big
a ride.
hit. That car is destroyed.
Man. We saw the 09 get pushed up into that second lane, lost his dancing partner there, and just a little a little bit of a bad push by the 14 puts the 09 on his lid.
I just heard Ben's come across the radio. He said, "Man, we had that one." I think he landed. Did he land on his lid here?
He landed back on his wheels.
I don't know if he was able to drive that around is what I'm getting at. I think he's got a fast repair still, but I think he's going to lose a lap here. If you have to tow, I mean, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose a lap.
Right. Yeah, he had to tow. He disappeared and had to tow. Man, that's so unfortunate, but that's just how fast things can change here at Talladega. That's why nobody leaves their seats until this race is over.
It's, I think, going to set us up on a green-white checker here.
It certainly could. Well, well, well. This changes everything. All right, guys. Well, this thing is going to be wild. It already has been wild. It's about to get even wilder. We're probably going to have a green-white checker finish here. But before we do, we're going to finish paying the bills, and we're going to get this thing out of here. All right, folks. Scott Cazenave in the 14, Rusty Robinson up front. This thing goes back to green flag race, and we are going to have just 2 laps to go. Green flag, white flag, checkered flag. That's it. This thing is going to be over, and as soon as we get that white flag, no matter what happens, the next flag ends the race. You race back to the start-finish line. Checkers or wreckers, right?
Don't lift.
Don't lift.
But we got 3 chances at this green-white checker here.
That's true.
I don't know that we're done yet. I mean, I can. You got to get 2 2/3 of a mile around to take that white flag. A lot can happen in that time.
Yes, sir. Oh, man. That's funny. Very true. Oh, boy.
The other thing to think about, too, is do you come in now and top off with fuel? I mean, are we I guess we probably got enough, right, to make it. But you don't want to be in a situation where you have to pit on the last green, white checkered if
Right.
we end up using all three.
Yeah, that would not be good. I don't know. I think if I was up front, I think I'd be staying out, trying my luck at that point.
Clutch it and kill it every chance you get.
Right.
There we go, doubling up. Lights are out. Next time around, we're going to fire these things up again. Still got 12 cars in the lead lap, so that means I think 12 cars can still win this.
Yeah, it's about to be a little crazy, I think.
Dakota Cleveland, man, 2 laps down with that toe. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that yikes. I'll tell you what, coming from a lap down, that 18 car, Daniel Butler, still got a chance.
He's right back in it. Yeah, restarting 4th. One thing I'm curious to see is, Corey Crandall got the wave around there. He's went from 2 laps down. He's only 1 down now. I think if I'm Corey Crandall, I'm going to lay way the heck back on this restart. If they wreck, that's going to give him the lucky dog as long as he's not in it and he doesn't stop.
Right.
That would put him on the lead lap again, and then, if they have another wreck on the last lap as they're racing back, he could, even with a damaged car, he could still get a top 10 out of this pretty easily.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point, man. All right, folks. Things are about to get wild. I have a feeling.
Now it's time to go.
Yeah.
There's going to be 2 laps of just no lift here.
No lift and no friends.
Nope. Let's see. The 18 and the 9, I think, are 2 of the best at this game right now, starting 4th and 5th. Let's see how they get to the front. I think those are going to be the 2 guys to keep an eye on here.
We see that 18 and 5 pretty well linked up on that top line. There's a big separation on the low line.
I figured Haney would try to get up there and go with those 2.
I would have thought so.
I don't think the 10's going to get to the 14 based on what we've seen.
He might not have a choice.
Well, that's very true. He's got a couple stout pushers behind him.
Yeah, he does. Oh, and the drag race down the backstretch.
Oh, keep it together.
Oh.
And a big push there. Huge push from the 10 into the 14. You see how it checks these guys up.
Oh.
There's the 5 into the lead. Don't clip that apron. There goes 14. Scott Kaz around. 02, 10, 9. William Martin's in it again. That's his 3rd wreck tonight.
All right.
He's going to be spitting fire here in a second. He was already upset. Oh, I saw Greg Langford got in that too.
All right. We're going to back up just a little bit more. And that 10 car getting down on that apron. We're going to see.
10's down on the apron. He comes back across. 14 clips the apron there, actually. I think that was kind of independent of the 10.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's trying to leave room down there, but
14 got up into the side of the 18 by clipping that apron, it looks like.
It almost looked like maybe he was trying to leave room down there for the 10, but you can't do that. I don't know if he was trying to go side draft him. At the end of the day, it's just cars, everybody going for the same spot. And
yeah,
the racetrack created that scenario more than any one of these drivers did.
Yikes. Well, carnage it is.
Ooh, look at the 34 down there. Narrowly. Oh, no, he doesn't avoid it. It's a little piece at the end.
All right, so what about 35? That's the guy that you were saying he's
I think this may have gone his way right here.
We're going to see if he got into anything at all.
Oh, look at that. Like I said, just lay way back.
Yeah, I mean, he just so
You
far
don't need to
back.
worry about losing the draft because it's
Nope.
the last 2 laps. You're not going to get lapped in 2 laps. And really, you only have 1 lap to worry about anyway because after the white flag, it's over. So very well played. Very well played.
Yeah.
Now, Haney's a lap down. Bobby Lane in the 02 is a lap down. Dakota Cleveland is falling all the way back to 5 laps down. William Martin's going to pass him for the 14th spot, I think.
Wow.
Let's see if we make it back around here. If not, it's going to be interesting to see if the 9 or the 02, because now these two can't play the same game.
No, they're
Jason Haney
separated.
and Bobby Lane, if they're both 1 lap down here, you can't play the same game that Corey Crandall just played because you got to be the front car. So
Right.
they're both going to be trying to be the front car.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And the other 2 guys that can't play that game right now is going to be Rusty and Daniel. They worked together great on that restart, but now they're going to be starting in 2 different lines. So
The 02's left the building, so he's not going to be. See, I don't know if Haney's got a fast repair here.
it doesn't look like it. I don't know if he had to tow or not. I didn't see that part, but he's still sitting on pit road with no front end.
Car's torn up. That puzzle's
Yeah.
missing a few pieces.
Yes, it is. Oh, man. This is going to be interesting, though, because this is going to... Whoever's got the 33 behind him... Oh!
Well, don't wreck under yellow.
Yeah. We know he has been super strong all evening long, so... Man. Might be starting right behind Daniel Butler. That might be exactly what the 18 wants to see on this restart here, if that's the way they line up.
Man, that is going to be a big... That's going to be a strong outside line.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Ben Summerford up there in the 47. Haven't really talked about him all night. Running 3rd right now. I think if you're Benz and Butler up here on this outside, I think you're hoping this 5 gets a killer restart and runs away. You 2 link up. He doesn't have any help, and you blow by him.
Right? Yeah, you see the 33 up there.
Hell, they're working together under caution.
Yeah. Getting up there saying, all right, boys, it's time to go. It's time to
Look
go.
who's running 5th right there. We got Wawa up in the top 5.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. All right, well, we're going to try it again one more time. If we get another caution, we've only got one more attempt, and no matter what happens after that, this race is going to be official. Who's going to get it?
Ben's making it clear. He just came across the radio, said, Rusty, I'm working with you no matter what.
The 33 said that to the 5?
No, that was our inside line. That was Ben Summerford and Rusty Robinson.
Okay, I got you. I thought
They're
you said
affirming their vows.
you said Ben, and I thought you said Bins. All right. Well, we're about to find
None of
out.
that matters if we don't make it back around here. We got to take the white flag. We got one more chance at this.
Yes, we do. Man, it's going to be a good finish. It's exciting. Oh, boy. Man, you can feel it, too. I'm nervous, and I'm not even out there. This will get your heart pumping.
It's going to be big. It's going to be exciting no matter what. I mean, that's kind of what you get at Talladega.
Absolutely right. All right, guys, here we're getting ready to go. One more time. Oh, gosh. Here we go. Into the Geico restart zone. The green flag is back out. Oh, and Daniel got a really good jump, but he lost the 33 just a little bit. Easy there. All right, now drag race down the backstretch. Are we going to make it to the white flag? Man, that bottom line is doing a great job down there. Here comes the 18. Are we going to make it? We are. White flag in the air one more time around here. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a drag race to the finish. Oh. Holy cow, the 18 out front. The 18 out front, and he's blocking. Oh, is he going to stay with the 30? Oh, he goes down low. Oh, no. He doesn't know where to go. Oh, he should have stayed with the 33. Oh, an intense moment. The 56 all the way up front, pushing the 5 car. Who's it going to be? And they're wrecking. Who is it going to be? It is going to be the 5 car. Rusty Robinson steals one here at Talladega. What a finish. Holy crap. Oh, man. Awesome effort by all these guys. Trevor Benz, Rusty Robinson, Daniel Butler. What a finish. What a finish. The old Terry Labonte throwback. Number 5 going to victory lane at Talladega. Man, that was awesome. All right, we're going to step aside here just 1 second. We're going to grab some drivers, folks. We'll be right with you with some interviews, and we are going to watch him burn it down. All right, we're waiting on the race winner to hop up here in the Discord channel. So we will start with P3. We'll do it a little bit backwards, give him a few minutes to get into the broadcast booth here. Finish in 3rd place tonight, Daniel Butler in the 18 machine. You got a copy?
Copy, copy. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you, man?
Shaking like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we were too, and we're not even out there in the race with you guys. But I tell you what, man, you've always, each and every week, you've got a lot of fans out there that watch the broadcast. And, man, you looked really good in that number 18 machine, getting the lucky dog back up into contention. Tell us a little bit about your night here at Talladega.
Well, obviously it was up and down. I got sucked up, and then I feel bad that I took out I got sucked up into the 9 and caused that huge wreck, and that hurt. And but being able to just stay behind and just stay in the draft, and got that lucky dog position, and I just worked my way up through, and I didn't want to leave the 33 out to dry on that last lap. I know I had the lower lane clear, but it was I really like it. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really grateful for Heart to Heart and the show that we put on every week. It's clean racing, great people, and we're a family in here, and I enjoy it every week.
Absolutely, man. Well, you looked really good out there in the 18. A great points day coming out of here of Talladega with a clean race car and an awesome performance for the fans. Congratulations, my friend. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my mom and my wife and the boys. I know, and Nestor, I know you guys are watching. I greatly appreciate you guys and the support every time out here on the track. And anybody in Florida that's looking to buy a home or sell a home, my wife is the best realtor in Florida. Obviously, you can take a look at the car and see all the website information, all that stuff. Man, I'm just grateful for the Heart to Heart team and my teammates, and I learn a lot every single week from them, and I really greatly appreciate this league. Thank you guys so much for the show that you guys put on every week, and I've been fighting to get up here to get interviewed and talk to you guys. I really appreciate you both and what you guys do for us and everything else. I know I had a string of some ups and downs throughout up until this point, and it just feels really good to be in the top 3.
Absolutely, brother. Well, congratulations again on a great race, and we'll hopefully have you up here again before the season's over.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy your night.
You too, bud. All right. Let's see if we can't get coming home in the second spot. Trevor Binns, you got a copy?
I'm here.
All right. Let me turn you up a little bit here.
Oh, that was
there.
fun.
Okay, there we go. All right, man. A good points day, and man, that was an exciting race. Holy crap, was that an exciting last couple of laps? Great points day by that number 33 machine coming out of Talladega. Tell us a little bit about your day.
It was good. I led a lot of laps. Got pushes from my teammates. It was fast. I learned some stuff from last night. Did it today. Just didn't pay off at the end. Came a little short, but all in all, great race. I'm glad we can put on a great show for the fans and everybody that watches.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I know at one point you kind of lost your dancing partner there, but man, you guys worked really, really well together. But heck of a rebound by that team. And again, another great points day for the number 33 going into next week. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
No, I'll give a shout out to my family, my girlfriend, my best friends, heart to heart, and everybody that does this thing to put it together. Great time to be.
You got it, man.
And that's it.
You got it. You got it. Awesome league indeed, and an awesome show tonight at Talladega, my friend. Congratulations, and hopefully we'll have you back up here before the season's over.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
You too, my friend. All right. Let's see if we can't get coming home with the win, number 5. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
There he is. There he is. The Terry Labonte throwback prevails at Talladega, my friend. Tell us a little bit about that journey.
What a night. That was fun. It was a blast. I had a lot of competition there at the end. Trevor and Daniel were really fast on the high side. Daniel gave me a good bump earlier to help me get up where I was, and man, Ben just pushed me all the way through there. It was quite a good race.
Yeah, it was a great race, man. I mean, I was nervous up here watching you guys. I can't imagine any one of your heart rates were normal being down there in that action tonight. What a show for the fans it was tonight in the Heart to Heart Xfinity race at Talladega. And you came home with the win, my friend. Number 5 is P1. Anybody you want to give a shout out to while you got the microphone?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys up there for covering the race and giving us this good broadcast to watch, and sure thank the Heart to Heart guys. Again, great place to race, and had a ball tonight. Thank you all.
You got it, my friend. Well, congratulations on the win, and hopefully we'll have you back up here before the season's over. Great job.
Thank you.
Good job.
All right, man, that's going to wrap up Talladega show, but holy crap, Kevin, when I say show, that was a freaking show.
That was eventful. We told you it was going to get big at the end, and did not disappoint.
Man, yeah, that was really exciting. Appreciate once again all the people on YouTube and everybody. We see you each and every week, all the comments, likes, and all that stuff. It's really fun to be a part of it, and we really appreciate the support for this league, this channel, and these great drivers. So we got a couple more races to go before this year's over, so we're going to see you next Sunday evening right back here on the 213 Broadcast Network at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, we're going to sign off. Y'all have a great week. We'll see you next time.